Hi, I'm Nick Hackworth and welcome to the second of two TateShots looking at the work of the 4 artists nominated for the Turner Prize 2008. In this film, we're going to look at the work of Mark Leckey and Runa Islam, 2 artists who work predominantly with film. The work of Runa Islam is primarily about the material and the process of filmmaking. In the first film we see here, Be the First to See What You See When You See It, we see a strange, almost dreamlike set where a woman is standing amidst a number of porcelain objects, moving around them slowly and then sort of very strangely and almost in a childlike fashion, pushing them off the edge of the plinth so they can fall and shatter. With her second film, Cinematography, she undercuts the quality that made the first film compelling, that of aesthetic judgment, that of the beauty of the shot. The camera is moving in a very strange way and that this isn't a kind of typical human-led film. We find out that the camera is a motion sensor camera that has been programmed to write out the word cinematography with its movement. I think what's interesting about the film is obviously not the aesthetics, because it's not a beautiful thing to watch, but the fact that Islam is trying to deconstruct the filming process. The final film here, First Day of Spring, is different again to either of the 2 films, which are different from each other. And what she does in the film is something quite strange. She pays a number of rickshaw wallahs to sit and be inactive, do nothing but stare at the camera. And she moves in a very premeditated fashion with the camera from left to right of the image, quite coldly, in a mode that is clearly not documentary. Islam is very much the model of an artist who is deeply immersed in their medium. Mark Leckey is a fascinating artist to be included in the nominated artists for the Turner Prize, because I think he very explicitly exemplifies a model of being an artist that in fact the other 3 artists nominated for the Turner Prize, in a much quieter and less obvious sense, also represent. And that's the model of the artist as kind of as flaneur, the artist as a questioner, someone who's curious. The key work in this display is called Cinema Underground, and it's a film of a series of public lectures that he gave, spliced together, in which he tackles a whole series of disparate subjects. And in fact, the subjects, in a sense, of course, they matter to Leckey, but what's more important as an artistic form, as something to watch, is that we are presented with a model of art that is about thought itself, which is why the work is often so ambiguous and so strange and so hard to fathom, because it's not actually an answer. It's part of the process of finding an answer. Another of the works that Leckey's showing here is called Made in Heaven, 2004, which is a very strange film comprising of a computer-generated rendering of Jeff Koons' 1984 work, Rabbit. And it's the famous stainless steel rabbit, which is itself a sculptural incarnation of what would have been a helium-filled balloon. And in the reflections we see Mark Leckey's flat, or at least the stage set of Mark Leckey's flat. I think what that film is about the relationship between the personal and the public, the media, the sexy world of newspapers and glossy magazines. Because I think placing that ultra-expensive, ultra-shiny work in this kind of dilapidated room is about bringing the kind of almost the religious, almost the perfect outside into one's own world. There was a quote he gave about his work, describing what he thought he was doing, or at least what he wanted to do. He said that he wanted the world to be what it was, only more so, to kind of make it fuller. And I think that's the kind of legacy of someone who's thoughtful and who's always questioning and always just full of curiosity.